What have the last 2 or 3 months been like between the combine, all the games you've been participating in, and just today? Just what have the last 2 or 3 months been like?
Yeah, it's gone pretty quickly. A lot of, just a lot of bouncing around. I went to obviously Mobile, then trained in California, trained in Orlando, then was out in Indianapolis for the combine, and then ended up in Augusta for an awards thing. So kind of a lot of traveling, a lot of training. It's gone very quickly, but trying to enjoy the experience and loved every minute of it. Yeah.
Adam, I got two for you. First, mention your award and what was like actually getting the award. First off, I'll start with that.
Yeah, it was obviously I've been close for a few years, and it did feel good to get that and be the first Rutgers player to win an individual on-field award. At the moment, I had a little moment in Augusta receiving it where I kind of reflected a little bit. That's kind of the first time that I let myself kind of reflect and kind of look back. But obviously, that next goal of getting to the NFL is in the forefront of my mind. But I'm sure I'll look back and be a lot more fonder and look at the great memories I've had here, when I'm 30 and back in Melbourne or whatever it is. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then in regards to all the scouts, what kind of feedback have you gotten so far?
Yeah, it's all been pretty positive. Yeah, so from the the Reese's game, it was kind of just we haven't seen you do the pro style stuff. We want to see that, and so it's kind of been just my mission to put some good film out there and try the best that I can every time I get an opportunity. And then obviously all the other stuff, you see like the Aussie crossfield stuff and the pooch is kind of what I've been doing for 5 years now and kind of what I'm known for. So just making sure I can put that out there and have that as my strength. And great experience though. Again, it's a lot of great opportunities, met some great people. So it's been pretty good.
Can you kind of describe what that's like, kind of trying to work on the pro style? I mean, is it a big adjustment for you? What's that process been like of trying to get that to where they want it?
Yeah, well, as I said, so at the Reese's game, it was the first time I've kind of punted in that pro formation stuff, and having the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday practices and then the game, it was kind of a quick week, but I learned so much from doing that, and again, tremendous opportunity. But as you said, it's such a difference because the drop is so different, right? It's a pro-style drop where you're dropping it from your hip compared to the Australian drop where you're dropping it a much lower kind of around your knee. So, but the boys in the NFL that are Australian that have success, like Mitch Wishnowsky at the 49ers, Dixon at the Seahawks, etc., those guys are able to do both punts and have both drops kind of down very consistent with it. So that's my goal, just trying to be emotionless and be as consistent as possible.
What's your feedback been as far as going for working out for teams? Has it gotten there yet? Have you had much?
Yep. So the agents been in touch with a few teams, and it kind of all happens after the local days. So the local days are the Jets, Giants, and Eagles. We're all in the radius of them. So we'll be doing that early April, and then those privates are in the next kind of the 2 weeks before the draft, which is in the middle of April. So we'll confirm and hopefully have some more opportunities there. Yeah.
What was the combine experience like for you?
It was great. I got like a taste of the schedule from the Reese's Bowl, speaking to the guys there, and they were like, yeah, we've heard, that it's, again, you're up at, 7, you're kind of in bed at 9 or 10 at night. So it's a big schedule, and it's something that I didn't really anticipate going into it. But again, I loved it. It was a great experience, and, again, met some great people, which is what it's all about.
I mentioned all the local pro days. What's next for you besides that in the next month?
Yeah, so the next month we start spring ball at Rutgers, so I'm just going to work with Flynn Appleby and Jude McAtomney and the specialists at Rutgers and try to help out the guys as much as possible whilst training and trying to do the best I can and keep improving and getting 1% better each day, and then obviously training for those local days, yeah. Yep.
What is it kind of like now, kind of passing the torch off to Flynn and what you're seeing?
Yeah, well, the great thing was Coach made that investment of having him be able to come and enroll early and make that investment in him. So he's been here since July, and obviously he's kind of shadowed me for that first season and going into spring. So I think that helps a lot, and I think the fact that he's a little bit older as well, like he's 23, 24 years old, so that fact as well, he's very mature, he's a professional, he understands. From playing professionally in Australia, he understands what it takes to be great and get the most out of himself. So I think that those two aspects really help. But again, until you're in there and you've done it and it's 100% full go and live, you don't really know what to expect. But he's in a great position. So,
how many degrees do you have? And then also, what's your long-term plan for maybe using one of them?
I'll be done here with 2 masters, 100%. Obviously, I've been here so long, so. when I early enrolled in January 2018, I had transferred credits over from Victoria University in Australia back in the day. So I've been in college for what it seems like is almost 7.5 years. So it's been long, and I'm kind of glad to get out of the studying aspect, honestly. But again, Rutgers University is such a great institution, and I've enjoyed and met so many great professors. So, wouldn't change it for the world, but definitely time to move on. And then in terms of doing something after football, that's what I'm so excited for, because if football went away tomorrow, I've got so many great options, and I've got so many interests and hobbies outside of football. So whatever the next step is, and hopefully it is the NFL, but if it's not, next step is going to be very exciting, and I'm looking forward to that as well.
What degrees do you have?
I have the first one is Masters in Communication, Business Strategy, Communication, I think, and then the second one is Labor Relations. Yeah.